Hi everyone, it is Friday, September 26, 2025, and welcome to our weekly paper crafting live. I hope everyone is having a good day. I am coming to you a little bit early. I have an unexpected appointment a little after 2, and so I needed to move this up, and I didn't want to cancel the live. So I know some of you might be like, why are you live now? So I just wanted to address that. I know I put it on social media, but just in case, so if you're catching this on the replay or you come in late, that is what is going on. It's so good to see everybody. I saw a question. Let me try to run back. Corolla says, does the Lawn Fawn winter release come in a buy it all bundle? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know the answer to that. If somebody else knows, definitely pop it in the chat. And I will try to keep an eye out for that. Because I do have an appointment I need to get to, I am going to jump right into today's project. We are going to be creating the pop-up truck dies from Pink and Main. The new release went live today, and we're going to create a fall and a Christmas seasonal project, and I'm so excited. I love the pop-up dies from Pink and Main, and I think this is going to be super, super fun. All right, let's see. Let's talk about what we're going to use today. Thank you, Jen. I'm going to pop this around. So I did put together one of the trucks off camera, and we are going to put together start to finish the second one. So just wanted to show you guys what that looks like. It does fold flat. You will want to put this in either a 5x7 envelope or a padded envelope for mailing. My preference would definitely be a padded envelope just to protect it, because it's going to have some fun little layers in there. So isn't it the cutest thing? And what I love is you can dress this up for any season or occasion. Let's see. Oh, good. Sandy says she got the notification. Perfect. So this is the set of dies for the pop-up truck that you get. You can see the truck here. I'm going to open up and show you what it looks like, obviously in that beautiful signature pink color of the Pink and Main dies. And we're going to go through this when we put together the autumn truck, which we are going to do that one first, and then we'll do the Christmas one, and the Christmas items will go into our adorable little red truck here. For the little license plate tag, this is called License Sayings. There's a wonderful stamp set that works with this. Obviously, I put For You on here. We'll add another sentiment to tie that together, but there's like Happy B-Day, all the things. I mean, they really work for anything. So we'll pick one of these for the autumn truck. For our Christmas truck, it's better if we show it this way. These are the adorable Deer and Elf peeker dies. Now these are going to be great, yes, for the truck, but they're going to be cute for little peeking pockets. There is a great little die set for this. Lots of great ways to use these all season long. They are a wonderful size. So I think these are super usable, great for tags, all of the things. So we're going to be using that. This is, excuse me, I'm so sorry, the Fall Pumpkins set that is part of this month's release. And we are going to be using this for our fall truck. And then I pulled out from last month, this is called Lots of Leaves. There are 2 leaves in our pumpkin set, but I think that for even more options, this is wonderful and works really nicely together. So I've pulled both of those. And then we are going to have the Sending Joy little banner. I'm going to flip it over and show you the Christmas sentiment strips. I think this will be perfect for adding to our Christmas truck. So we are going to work on the truck first, because there are some tips and tricks, and hopefully this will help you when assembling your own truck at home. Let me get the die set so I can talk you through this and show you exactly the dies. So this is the back of our truck, this back piece here. This is going to be this part popped up on the front. We're actually going to work with both of those first before we assemble the pop-up, just because I want to add some ink to it. So this is the outline, this one right here, and then this is the, like, that front popped up portion of the back of our truck. We're going to grab some mist ink. I've got a little blending brush here. You'll notice that the edges of my truck are inked up a little bit. I think that gives it some nice depth and dimension. So we're going to do the same thing for our little aqua truck. I thought aqua would be cute with all the oranges and yellows of the fall season. So this is some mist Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated ink. I'm so sorry. One moment. Sorry for my phone ringing. I had to make sure it wasn't somebody I needed to talk to, and it is not. We're going to go in just kind of along the edges here. A lot of this will get covered up, so you don't really have to ink all of it, but I like that little bit of shading. So we're just going to go kind of all over right there. And then we're going to do the same thing on this front panel piece, just kind of along the two long sides. Just like that. Really simple, very minimal inking. Monica says she loves the truck. Yes. So cute. Carola says, stop it. Yes, I know, right? Okay. So what I find easiest to do is we're going to add some of the layer pieces right now, and then we will build the pop-up portion of it. So for right now, it's super simple, right? And just a little FYI, if you wanted to have this flat on your card, you totally could. I would probably pop up a few of the components, but it wouldn't have to be the interactive element like this. It could be more of just like the little, pretend that's flat. The flat element. Okay, so I am going to grab everything I need here. I went ahead and die cut. We're going to do the wheels first. I die cut 4 of the wheels because, as you can see here on the example, this one, these are the front, and that's kind of what you're mostly going to see. However, when you fold it down, I still wanted all of the wheels to really look, you know, really nice. I guess I want to be able to see all of that. So we're going to go ahead and glue those down to both pieces. Kathleen says, there goes my wallet again. I hope they keep adding to this because I think that would be really cute. I think there's so many fun ways to dress this up. So I'm just going to put glue directly on here, like so. And I feel like it's a lot easier to do the assembly while it's still flat. Okay, next, we're going to do our bumper. And I have die cut this from some brushed silver Spellbinders cardstock. I think you want to do those wheels first because I do feel like this kind of covers up that top edge of the wheels where they attach to this base. There we go. And then for our adorable little tailgate, let's talk, I should show the pieces, shouldn't I? So this is our bumper piece. Obviously our little tailgate piece, and it does have some, I'm going to hold it up and see if I can, it's got some raised edges to it, which is really nice. If you ink it, which we're going to, it'll kind of hold that ink a little bit. This is our little, like little fence or whatever that's going to go along that back edge. And then these 2 longer pieces fit on top of that. So let's go ahead and ink those. And I'm going to use a little bit of the allspice. Oh, no, I'm not. I lie. I'm going to actually use cocoa color ink for this. Oh, that would be so fun. So I picked the wood grain cardstock because I wanted it to have that texture to it. This is a time where you can really have some fun playing with our different types of, you know, specialty cardstock, if you will. For example, like this wood grain, the brushed gold, the brushed silver. Let me show you the tailgate lights, like the brake lights. I did a red glitter cardstock for those. So I really kind of had fun with it. I did ice vellum for the windshield and the mirrors. Totally a great time to kind of play with all of your specialty inks. Or inks. How about cardstock? So now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to glue this piece down as well. Would anyone like to buy a hubby? Jen says she needs this whole release and Lawn Fawns. It has been a very good release week, hasn't it? I agree. And I love that there's these layering pieces for right here. So we're just going to pop those on. The more that you start adding to this, the more cute it becomes, I feel like. Corrine, no, I addressed this at the beginning. This is too big for an A2 envelope. I would put it in a 5x7 envelope or a padded mailer. It's a nice substantial size. And when I mail mine, I'm going to use a padded envelope just because with the depth and dimension and all the pop-up in it, it does get pretty, I mean, it does fold flat, but it's going to have a lot going on, and I think that it will get the least mangled in either one of those cardboard mailers or a padded mailer. All right, we're going to go ahead and ink up our little tailgate, again with our mist ink. And I'm going to go around the edges. Is this one in the bundle? I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry. The teal cardstock I'm using is Mist by Simon Says Stamp. Okay, so what I like to do for my tailgate, just to give it a little extra dimension, is I'm going to pop it up. So I'm going to take some foam squares. And we are just going to pop this up right on the back. So while I am working on this, let me know if you have fun weekend plans. We're just going to kind of go just like that. Also, while we're flat, I'm going to take a black Jelly Roll pen and I'm just going to add some detail here. You could use white if you wanted to. It's kind of got a little debossing, but I did it on this one and I like that little extra detail. Aw, Corrine, thank you so much for the super chat. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. Okay, along the sides, this is going to be our tail lights, and we're going to go ahead and assemble those too. And as I mentioned, this is a great opportunity to play with our specialty cardstock, and mine are going to be completely specialty cardstock. Tab Tabitha, you don't have the color Mist? Oh my gosh. Cheryl's taken the Tim Holtz class. Yes, Kathleen is too. Awesome. So we've got brushed black, brushed gold, and then I'm using the Spellbinders Treasured cardstock in a glittery red. Oh, Tabitha, thank you so much for this super chat. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. So I'm going to lay down this piece first. And what I like to do is I kind of like it to line up with my tailgate. So that's why I do the tailgate first. Kind of like so. And then I'm just going to put a little glue and we're going to do our tail lights and brake lights. I love the details and I love that it's nice and big. Monica says fall is so cozy. Tim Holtz class is on Sunday. Can't wait. Suggestion to make the own envelope from Jennifer. That's a great idea. Oh my gosh. Okay, so look how cute. Look at that detail. Now, really, at this point, you'll want to put the other pieces, but this could be popped up and you could do a one layer card and just place this right on your regular either A2 or 5x7 card. And that would be another great way to use this. So let me grab my mirrors and my windshield. And I am using the ice vellum, and I find if you use a nice light application of glue, it's not really going to show through. This isn't the kind of vellum where you can see through it really well. It's more of a embellishment. All right, we're going to do our mirrors. That is not straight. That's going to drive me crazy. There we go. Has to be straight. Oh no, Jen, that's funny. I kind of needed that laugh. Okay. The only other pieces now that are going to be built for the truck is our little license plate. And I am actually going to save that and we'll do that in a minute. Let's work on those side panels to make it pop up. So, what I like to do for these, you're going to have two of these short side panels. They do have score lines along the sides. And I like to make sure that everything is scored really well. It's going to help with the assembly and how everything folds together. It is, Donna, it is the Simon Says Stamp Ice Vellum. You're correct. Christy, you're not on your porch. You're in your craft room using supplies. I love it. I do not have glossy accents on the taillights. No, it's simply the specialty cardstock. But glossy accents is a great idea. All right, then the short pieces are your sides. The long pieces are, consider them your layers. If you've ever done any kind of pop-up, those are your layer pieces. So you can add different things. You can add up to 4. I did 3, and we're going to do 3 here for the autumn truck as well. And I'm going to show you how to line those up easily. So I have 3 of these. Again, you could use anything from 1 to 4, depending on how much stuff you want to include in your truck. And same thing, we're going to fold them on those score lines, and then I'm going to use my bone folder to get really nice creases. Looks like a lot of you are taking Tim's class on Sunday. That is awesome. Are all the dies for the car in one set, Monique says. Yes, the truck pieces all are one set. Let me show you what you get. Here's the back of the package. So it shows you everything you get in the package to build the truck. So it'll look just like this. So everything I've used so far is just from our pop-up truck. And then you can fill it with anything that you have in your stash, whether it's pink and Maine or not. All right, so we're going to grab one of the short sides, and we're going to grab our just one short side for right now, and our 3 layers for the inside. It's definitely easier if you use double-sided tape, but I do find double-sided tape gives out. So I like to actually use liquid adhesive so I don't have to worry about my things moving at all. I'm going to take this end that has the score on one of my short sides, and I'm kind of going to butt it up pretty much like right next to that score line right there. And I'm just going to press that really good. I'm going to line it up with the straight edge to get it as straight as possible. So here's kind of how it looks. We're only working with one side right now. I'm going to grab my next one. I'm going to put glue on that little short folded tab. And we are going to just pop it anywhere in here, like so. So now we have 2 of our layers in place. I also highly recommend like some reverse tweezers, because that kind of helps hold everything down while you're building. And then we are going to go ahead and do our 3rd. Oh, that's not the straightest scoring Nicole has ever done. Hold please, I just already put glue on it too. All right, there we go. And we're going to pop in our 3rd layer, kind of like so. We're going to make sure these are all lined up. And we're just going to do this for a minute. Let's see. Sneaking in some Christmas things. Nice. Yes, this is the truck pop-up card by Pink and Maine. It is listed down in the description. Should be linked right at the top. Okay. So we have one side built, or one of the little short sides. What I like to do then is we are going to fold it down and flat where all of our little tabs are going like this. I think maybe I want to glue this one first, because we're going to take our other short side, we're going to put glue on this, and we're going to place this one where that score line lines right up with that. That's kind of my guideline. And we're going to glue it in place, because then when we pop it up, they should all be even, if that makes sense. So I'm going to take that one side that I did. I did not fold this one correctly either. Let me fix that, because that is going to be wonky, and we do not want wonky. All right, there, that's much, much better. I'm going to take my glue. We're going to take our other little short side. We're going to make sure those are nice and aligned. And right where our score line is, I'm going to line that up with that first tab. And we're going to just press that in place. And make sure that's right where it's supposed to be. And I'm actually going to just put some tweezers here for a minute and let that glue sit. Oh yes, Jennifer says, the pop-up would make a cute Father's Day card for sure. Catherine says going to end up in Christmas. So many craft supplies are going to end up in her Christmas stocking. Ah, that's so funny. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put it on this piece here, and then we'll put it on here. So let me show you. When you fold it back out after you've glued it down, they should be even. And the operative word is should. I think it'll be all right. So now we are going to do kind of the same thing for this. I'm going to glue it onto the front part of my pop-up. And where I like to line mine up, I kind of line it up in the middle of the wheels, if that makes sense. I feel like that is straight if I do it that way. Let me look. That looks pretty good. And then I just fold it down flat, because then I can really pinch that glue and make sure that it's in place really well. So see how that's going to work? Isn't that cute? All right, I'm going to keep it flat. Make sure that these tabs are both facing up towards me. And I think it's easier if I do it this way. And on the front of my card now, I'm going to kind of line up right here. I'm going to take my truck piece. I've got glue on those tabs. I'm just going to make sure that this straight line, it's all glued down. Yep. And I'm just going to go in and pinch it like that for a minute and let that glue set. Isn't it cute? Hi, Layla. Oh, fun. Shirley's making some Tim Holtz rosettes today. All right, so this is our fall themed card. We're going to just let that sit for a minute, and I'm going to pull out some of the pumpkins for this card. And we're also going to pull out or grab our little license plate. And I think we'll stamp that so we can pop that in place too. So what I need to do is figure out what sentiment. And I think we're going to pick Hey Friend. Oh, how fun, Catherine. Oh, that's exciting. She's working on some Stitchmas designs. Hi, Lori. Donna says Pink and Main has great interactive dies. They definitely do. So I'm inking up Hey Friend with a little black ink, and we're going to stamp it right in the center of our white piece. Going to make sure everything is popped up because the detail for this is so cute. And we're going to glue this to our black background. So just like so. And then we're going to adhere this with foam, actually. Another little foam. Oh, knocking things over. We're going to add. Oh, shoot. I bumped it. Let me line that back up because, again, we don't want that wonky. That's not going to look good at all. Some things can be wonky, not this. And then I'm just going to center this to the tailgate and pop that right there. So when you take everything off and you pop it up, it should all be nice and even. Look at that. How fun is that? And then it folds flat and, oh, whoops. And really you don't want it to pop up. That's not good. Let me add more glue. I probably should have let the tweezers set for that for a little bit longer. But this is why I like using liquid glue, because once it is dry, it should be good to go. Anyway, we're going to let that sit and we're going to work on our pumpkins so we can build our adorable little truck. It's going to look like this, and then I like to fold it back and forth, and I'll do that with the aqua truck, but we need to let the glue dry a little bit longer just to make sure that it's moving really nice, and that's going to help it pop up too. Okay, so for our pumpkins, there are layering pieces for these. And I decided to die cut. I'm actually going to pop this out of the way for a minute. I decided to die cut my base piece from my darkest cardstock color. And then we're going to have a few different colors of pumpkins, but we're going to ink them up. And the reason I did the layering piece in the same color is because we're actually just going to add ink on top of these to give us that nice color that we want for our pumpkins. I'm going to start with a little bit of the cookie color ink for our Alabaster cardstock pumpkin. Corolla, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, so I'm going around the edges with my cookie color on the base piece, just so it's not so flat. And then on the decorative piece, we're going to also go in with our light color here, but I'm going to use a much heavier hand, and then we'll see. We might want to add like the next shade up darker, but I think this is going to make our pumpkins look real, and our gourds look really, really cute. Okay, so on the base piece, I do think I should add a little more color here. So kind of like a white pumpkin. I like that. And just going to go ahead and go in and glue this all together. Like so. There we go. Let me find, I have another pair of tweezers here somewhere. Oh, that's funny, Jennifer. Okay, so I'm going to use my tweezers for this because it's definitely, this layer piece is going to need a lot more holding in place. It's kind of detailed, and then we'll just kind of gently layer all of that. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so then we're going to go in for our orange pumpkins. Let's do the light or orange one first. And I'm actually going to use this paprika color. I used the paprika for the truck as well. And I'm going to just see what we've got left on here first. Nope, not that much. Okay, so I'm going to tap a little off, and then we're just going to blend this around the edges, just like we did on the first pumpkin. Get a little bit of shading on that base. And then for the detail one, I'm going to use a much heavier hand again. So not really using tons of different colors like on each individual pumpkin necessarily. And I think we need more color, so I'm going to just add a little bit more. There we go. Cross stitching. Oh, how fun, Monica. All right, so we're going to pop the pumpkin layers in place for this one as well. We're going to be adding all three of the pumpkins to the bed of the truck, and that's where I think it'll look really nice adding, oops, that's a lot of glue, adding those extra leaves kind of tucked in and around our pumpkins. And you could add even more than this if you wanted to, but what I love is they're a nice big size, so they're perfect. They're perfect for the bed of our truck, but they're also perfect to be used on their own for other cards. I love the size of these. Okay, and now I'm actually going to pull out this allspice color. And we're going to do the same thing for this one. This is Alabaster cardstock, terracotta, and cinnamon, and these are all Spellbinders cardstocks. And I wanted to have like a lot of variety in my pumpkins, a lot of those really nice, beautiful fall colors. Okay. So how many pairs of reverse tweezers are too much, or too many, I guess I should say? I'm asking for a friend. Tell me how many pairs of reverse tweezers you guys have. I literally feel like I could probably still use at least a couple more, but that might be ridiculous. Eight, Dixie says. Lovely. That's awesome. Hi, Livy. Susie, I have an appointment, so I did go live a little early today. Sorry, I did post late on Instagram. It's an unexpected appointment. That's why. I had not intended that. Okay. So here are our pumpkins. Now, we need leaves. I've got lots of them. And I have these in all beautiful fall colors as well. So let's just kind of start. I think that allspice color's left on my brush. So let's start with the red first because I think that'll show up the best. That's what I used for the red truck. Heidi says she has 4 pairs of reverse tweezers. Donna says you can never have enough. No such thing as too many. Ashley says only 1. Okay, somebody said only 1. Shirley says 6. Christy says there's a limit. Christy, there's no limit. We know this. There's no limit. Okay, I'm going to grab a little paprika for my orange. I love hearing what everybody has. Yeah, I am so sorry. At the end of the video, I'll say what's going on because you guys are going to probably want an update, but it's okay. It'll be all right. So this is some paprika on our terracotta cardstock, just like we did for the pumpkin. But look at what a difference that makes in the leaves. Here's the leaves that don't have any inking. Here are the leaves that already have a little inking on them. It doesn't have to be crazy. You can go in just a little bit. Layla says, she says, maybe 4. Do we count our supplies? No, not really, but I know some people know. Last week we talked about how many Christmas trees people had, and so I was just curious about how many pairs of reverse tweezers. I think I only have 4 I used to have 5, but I think something happened to one pair of mine. And that's why I'm saying one pair I don't particularly care for, so I really think I could use a couple more. Of course, we can always use more. Oh my gosh, Tabitha bought an 8-pack. Man, that is so good. Donna says the real question is how many can you find? Donna, you are correct that is the actual question. Okay, this is a little bit of the cocoa color of ink on my beautiful yellow here. I think this is Saffron Spellbinders cardstock. And then this green is Palm from Hero Arts. I love this green. Always have loved this green. I'm super picky about green. Well, I'm probably super picky about a lot more colors than what I'm admitting right now, but I'm super picky about greens. Yeah, Layla, Tabitha, you're going to have to share about this 8-pack business of reverse tweezers. I'm curious as well. Okay, so we have our pieces. It is now time to remove our reverse tweezers from our truck and fill our truck with all of our autumnal goodness. So before I actually start gluing things down, I kind of like to lay things out. So, whoops. I'm imagining we're going to put like our tallest in the back, our tallest pumpkin. And maybe this one over here, our second tallest, and this one here in the front. I think that's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm only going to put a little glue down here along the bottom. And we're going to start building. And here's your reverse tweezers are your friends again. We're going to start adding these to our layers. Yes, would it probably be easier if this was still flat? Probably. But I am one of those people who has to see my truck or see my pop-up and then start filling it. So I'm going to tilt them also. We're just going to put glue along the bottom because we're gluing them right to the front of each of those layers. There's our tall one kind of in the back. And I'm going to lay in or put all my pumpkins in first, and then we're going to tuck all of our leaves around. I think that looks good. Look how cute. Look at our adorable little truck. Isn't that so fun? Okay, now I think we need leaves. Don't you guys think? I'm going to put a little glue. Again, I'm just trying to keep it along those bottom edges. And we're going to start building, hopefully. I'm just going to pinch that with my tweezers. When I like where it is, I don't like where it is. There we go. Because as you're looking down from the top, some of it might not be as visible, but I want it to be really full kind of from all angles, if that makes sense. So we're just going to keep on building. Aw, thanks, Livy. Oh, see how cute the leaves are going to look in here? There are those 2 leaves, remember. So let me just, for anybody who's just joined, let's talk about the sets that we're using right now to fill our truck. And of course, that is, fall pumpkins, whoops. There are 2 leaf options. I did die cut both of those. But if you want even more leaf options, this came out last month in August. It's called Lots of Leaves. And that is a great little addition to this set, whether you're using the truck or not. Question from Mary Ann. Do you have a preference of what brand tweezers you like? No, not necessarily. I just want them to pinch really well. I have one pair of tweezers. I don't know. They might just be old. that don't stay shut. Like I want my reverse tweezers to stay shut. These aqua ones are Simon Says Stamp. I've got Hero Arts ones. I think I have like some honeybee ones. So, and they all work great. So no, I don't think there's necessarily one brand better than the other or anything like that. Just make sure that they stay put. Oh my gosh, Madge. I hope Libby sees that. I'm going to say it out loud. Madge says, I'm going to put it on the screen. Wouldn't it be cute to have a crew of Halloween characters going for a truck ride? Ghost, Dracula, witch, etc. I hope that can be passed along because I too think that would be adorable. Do you have... Oh no, I've read that question. Oh good, Libby saw it. Yay! I probably didn't need to put it up there. Let me show where we're at because I'm talking and filling it. Isn't that cute? We're going to do a little green and we're going to do it here in the back and pop it up. Oh, I should have done that on the front. Okay, no, we're not going to do that. I lied. We're going to put this on the front. We're going to do yellow so that I can kind of tuck this back behind. Okay. Now let's look. What do I think we need? I think we're going to do this other leaf kind of back here. I have all my tweezers sitting in my truck. Just placed your order, Karen says. Yay! Oh, thank you so much, Julia. I appreciate that. Okay, let me look at this before I get too excited. Because I think we're going to do a couple of little leaves here. Right here in the front. Because they're nice and small. So we can kind of layer those underneath that tailgate. There in the front. And let's do this little red. And I think we will do this final orange one maybe right back there. Yes. Let's see. Rita has 4. Tanya says late, I have to catch up. I did go live a little early. I have an appointment and so I apologize. It was unexpected and at the end of the live I will talk to you guys about it. Oh my gosh, I love this truck. How cute is this? Okay, so here is how it's folded flat. Let me show it to you. But see, it's still pretty chunky because of all of those layers. Dawn, thank you so much for this super chat. Thank you guys so much. So here is how it is folded flat. Again, I would get one of those cardboard, like card mailers, which I like. And I really feel like I need to start using more of them because the post office has been ruining cards left and right lately. To send these in because it's going to be bigger than A2 size. Or a 5x7 envelope maybe sandwiched between a couple of pieces of cardstock to help protect it would also be a great idea. So it folds flat. The recipient pulls it out. And then they can pop it up and display it. Isn't it the cutest? Here it is from the side angle, so you can see how wide that is. Absolutely the cutest little thing ever. It is so fun. All right, that is our fall card. I kept it pretty simple, but I think it would be really cute even just displayed. Also, I would handwrite my message for the recipient on the back. If you want it to be even a little bit more secure or maybe more clean, because you know our die cut machines sometimes put those lines, die cut another one of this panel and just glue them back to back, and then that can be a great little spot to handwrite your message to the recipient. All right, let's fill our red truck. Now that I've shown you how to assemble the truck, here's our red truck. We are going to work on our adorable little, let's just move those for a minute, our little peeking deer and elf. So these also, again, a great size, lots of ways to use these. So cute. Let me get all my little parts and pieces. There are a lot. These are not as microscopic as some, though. Oh, I do think I lost something already, though. That would be fantastic for me. Well, we may have to re-die cut it if I can't find it. Let's start with our deer. I'm missing the other inside of the earpiece. Where did it go? Always, we can't do a live without me losing things. All right, so what I did here for the deer, let me grab that die set too, so you can see what they're supposed to look like. So we have our reindeer and our elf. First of all, they're absolutely adorable. The other thing is they are a nice size. They're not microscopic. So we are going to build our reindeer first, but you'll notice that I die cut the reindeer base and antlers from Fawn cardstock from Spellbinders. We're actually going to ink up the face to make it a little darker, kind of like we did with the layering for the pumpkins. Oh, absolutely, Christy, the gingerbread man would for sure work. That's a great idea. So I'm going to take the cocoa color of ink and just going to tap a little bit off, and we're just going to go in. Oops, well, I'm just stuck my finger in the ink pad. That's wonderful. And we're going to add a little color, especially to our base of our reindeer, to our little Rudolph here. And that way, instead of having to do another color of cardstock, you could even die cut all the elements from white and then completely ink them if you wanted to. That's going to give us a different color, but still not as dark as our little hooves here. And then I'm going to take some cocoa, how about cookie? Just use cocoa. And we're going to just very lightly ink up the edges of our antlers, just so they're shaded, but I don't really want to completely cover them. We want to maintain some of that lighter color of cardstock. And these little guys are going to be perfect for having them peek out of all kinds of little things. There's great little pockets. I know I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, that they would be very cute on for your cards and tags and things. Have fun with it. Again, lots of great ways to really customize and use these on a lot of other cards besides just the truck. Okay, for our little eyes here, I've got a little glue, and we're going to pop those in place. And oops, I forgot. I wanted to ink that. You just pretend you didn't see that. We're just going to have glue on our table now. Pretend that didn't happen. We're going to go in with our paprika ink and add a little shading to our nose before we glue that down. Let me get the glue off my desk. Oh, Betsy says filling the truck with balloons for birthdays. Cute, cute. Love that. Oh, Jen says a stocking would be cute to tuck the little peeking critters into. I love that idea as well. Ugh, adorable. Okay. I'm missing one of my little inside earpieces. Let's see if... Did I really lose it? Or is it on the floor? Or I don't want to take the extra time, so let me grab my die and just re-die cut it again. It happens. Happens every live. All right, so I have the little inner ear pieces die cut from some chiffon cardstock, and we're just gonna pop those. Right there. And right here. Yes, the truck is super universal. I really do love that there's nothing about it that screams like holiday or whatever. It's very, very easy to use for all kinds of things. All right. Let me grab my dark brown ink and maybe just ink up the edges of this a little bit. This might be too close to the same color, but it might be all right. We'll see. As it dries, it lightens up quite a bit. Oh, a truck full of hearts. Yes, Dawn. Love that idea. Very cute. Oh my gosh, can you imagine like a little, even the aqua, but I'm thinking like a pink and red color combo. Oh my gosh, I love that. Very fun. Look at little Rudolph. Isn't that the cutest? All right. Next, let's go ahead and build our elf. And for this, I'm going to clean my brush off a little bit. I'm going to actually take some cookie ink. I've die cut the face pieces and the hands from chiffon cardstock. And when I want to be super lazy and just get a nice little bit of color, I'll do a little bit of cookie usually on the chiffon just to give a little bit of shading. But you could also do this with your alcohol ink markers. I do love that look as well. But we're going to go the lazy route today. Did I lose an eye too? It's probably the same place that the inside of the ear went. I'm real glad I die cut these pieces off camera. Super glad. We'll just die cut them again. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and add a little glue where the eyes are going to go. Let's just get rid of that one. I'm going to use my embellishment wand to pop those right in place. Oh my gosh, Laura says her nephew would appreciate a truck full of dinosaurs. That would be darling. Christmas tree, Cheryl says. You guys are coming up with all of the great ideas. Oh my gosh, so many good ideas here. Love them all. All right. So we have our little nose piece. I'm actually, let's see. Let's use the tip of our tweezers to kind of help hold that. And just lightly ink that for our cutie pie little elf. He's coming together. All right, next we're going to go back with a little paprika. So the base piece for our peeking elf, you're going to want to die cut that from whatever color you want the outfit and the hat to be. So for me, I decided to do red because we're going to layer everything on top of this. So a lot of it's not going to show, but the hat and the body are. So let me show. Oh, don't lose that, Nicole. Don't lose it. See that little peak there and the little bit of the hat? Oh, guess what? I just found the other inner part of my ear. It was stuck to my water bottle. Oh, you guys. You guys. It just fell off. That's how I found it. All right. We are going to go ahead and put the face on. Maybe I'll take a little cocoa color ink for the green. Also the hair. We'll do the edge of the hair. Your alcohol ink markers would be great for the hair as well though, because you could really add in like the feathering. But I've kind of stuck with the inking today, so we're gonna stay with that. Ice cream truck. Oh my gosh, you guys are all the ideas. So we're going to put the little, look how cute. Okay, let's do his little hair. Now, I do think it would be cute to like make a little set of elves as well. Whoops, that's a lot of glue, Nicole. Oh my word. My fingers are dirty. Totally need to wash my fingers. Ugh. All right, I'm actually going to glue the hands down before inking them, because I think that's going to help me hold on to them a little bit better. So never fear. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. All right. Now let's put the little brim of the decorative brim on his hat and the jingle ball. I do think like an actual little jingle bell on the tip of his hat would be very cute, or a pom-pom. Lots of ideas. I did cut mine from brushed gold, so that's what we're going to do. But there's a lot of ways to customize. Oh, Matt says they like to tailgate before Chiefs games. Wouldn't that be cute? That would be darling. That would be darling. I love that. What I really love is how easy this thing goes together. You know, there's like no guesswork, which is good. There we go. And our adorable little bell. Oh, that's kind of dark, but that's okay. So here are our adorable little elf and deer peeking Christmas friends. I love that. Now, before we add them to our truck, a couple things. I am going to glue my Christmas banner together, which I've die cut from black and white cardstock. It's pretty basic, but I think against the red of the truck, I'm going to like that best. I played around with several color combinations and decided I liked this today. So we have our little sending joy. We're also going to take a white jelly roll pen and we're going to add some little highlights to some of the areas. Maybe I better scribble this off. Get my ink pen working. Warm it up. There we go. Maybe I want some little pink cheeks. I'll be back with that here in a minute. We're just going to do some little highlights. I think glossy accents for the eyes, oops, and the nose for the deer would be really cute as well. You definitely would want to add those before you glue it to the truck or while the truck is flat. Don't put glossy accents and then stand it up or it will run until that is all the way dry. Okay. Let me grab some pink ink and I'll be right back. Okay, I have some like light pastel pink ink, and I think some little pink cheeks are needed. There we go. Oh, I like that. That gives some character. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to add these to our red truck. And I just have to figure out, I maybe shouldn't have put that so high. Let me see, where do I want him to go? Because I want them to show. All right, so I'm going to put glue right along the bottom. We're going to start with our little elf guy, and we're going to have him kind of over here. There we go. And then we're going to do the same thing for our reindeer. Limitless project ideas. I like that. Yes, I love products that we can use for all the things. And with all the things we maybe already have too. I really feel like I want my reindeer up high. Oh, I'm having so much trouble. All right. That's fine. Let's try this again. Our little peeking friends. We're going to pop up our greeting. The pop-up feature really sells this set, Madge says. I agree. I'm going to pop up my greeting. I'm not 100% that I love my critters so low and my elf. Hold on while I tear up my box. I might not be able to tear up that one. I'm not. Okay, I don't mind the elf so much, but let's put our sending joy for you. I think I want my reindeer actually to be, well, no I don't, because I just want him a little bit more right there. Okay. Hold please, while Nicole has some issues with her assembly. Okay, there we go. So at this point, this is what I have in here, but I wanted some greenery and I didn't have any pink and Maine greenery. So what I ended up doing was taking some Spellbinders greenery I have from the Christmas Bird Poinsettia set. And I'm going to tuck these in just kind of like I did for the pumpkin truck so that we have a little extra something. And I probably will add more than this, but for now, for time's sake, I'm probably only going to add a few. Let me get them where I want them to go. Because see how cute it's going to be with greenery peeking out? We just have to get it secure. So let me pinch that with my tweezers. I also have some lighter greenery. Gold would be cute. I mean, there are so many different cardstocks that would work great here. And I did all of these layers, so I would definitely fill the back of this truck with lots of extra greenery, which I'll probably have to do later on. But see how cute it is with those little things sticking out? They're so adorable. So I probably would do this one back here. Let me fold this flat and see if that helps me secure that better. This is like the fussy part of the assembly that I usually don't make everybody watch when I'm doing an edited video. There we go. So I would fill this truck full of all of the greenery pieces. Let me put this last little piece that I already die cut in. This is where I got to on the prep this morning before I decided I needed to go live early. Yes, I'll hold it up, Vicki, so you can see it a lot better. It does not look near, it's a little harder to read it and see what it all looks like when it's like this. So let me just pop that in there really quick for now. And then let's talk about these, kind of review, if you will. So we have our autumn truck with the pop-up, folds flat, either way, pop it in an envelope, there you go. That one's all the way complete. For my Christmas one, I definitely want to add a little bit more Christmas greenery. Look how cute, like they're peeking out of the truck. And for this one, I'll probably add, like I said, a few more sprigs of greenery, but I think that's really all it needs. And again, folds completely flat, pops up, so cute. Let me show you from the front-facing camera. Aren't they absolutely adorable? So much fun. And here's from the side angle. Okay, I think that's it. Did I miss anybody's questions really quick before I let you guys go for today? A string of lights. I really considered that, Laura. Totally considered that. And maybe before I photograph these, I'll add some because I agree with you. A string of lights would be fantastic. Like strung here along the little top hanging down. Very good idea. Love that. Okay. So Frank has hurt himself, my little Shih Tzu. I don't know. I think he fell off the bed last night. I didn't realize it until a couple hours before I went live that something is wrong. So we are going for an emergency vet appointment. He can walk, but something hurts and he is not himself. So if you guys could give me your good thoughts and prayers for my little Frank, I'm trying to hold it together and not be upset until we know what's going on. So he is not feeling good. He's real restless. So we are going to head to our vet appointment. And I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I will be back next Friday for another Friday Live. It will be October, and I can't hardly believe it. Again, thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will put an update on my YouTube page since I've told all of you guys what's going on. Thank you for the good thoughts and prayers, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye, everyone. The supplies used in today's video are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another project that you might be interested in. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a new live video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.